Networking has a terrible reputation. For a lot of people, it sounds fake, uncomfortable, or like you have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. So let's clear something up right away. Networking is not selling yourself. It's not cold messaging strangers, and it's definitely not pretending to be confident or important. Real networking is much simpler than that. It's just reducing anonymity. That's it. Even though applications go through software first, hiring is still done by humans. And humans make decisions differently than machines. What networking does is take you from random resume to, oh yeah, I've heard of this person. That shift sounds small, but in hiring, that makes all the difference. Here's something that surprises most people. The people most likely to help you are not your closest friends. They're people that kind of know you. Coworkers, former coworkers, supervisor from a summer job, friends of friends, classmates who are already working somewhere, neighbors, a friend's older sibling. These are called weak ties. And they're important because they connect you to worlds you're not already a part of. You're not asking them for a job, you're asking them for perspective. A lot of people freeze here because they think they have to ask the perfect question. You don't. A question that doesn't work is, do you know anybody that's hiring? A question that works better would be something like, I'm looking for work in blank, and I'm trying to understand how people actually get hired. That invites advice, not pressure. And people tend to like to give advice. It allows them to help without committing to anything. Networking doesn't have to happen in formal settings. It often happens in ordinary places. Community events, gyms, volunteer shifts, industry meetups that sound a little boring, career events, even if you're unsure. You're not there to impress anyone. You're there to be seen consistently as a normal human being. And that alone puts you ahead of a lot of applicants. Using LinkedIn without becoming a LinkedIn person. You don't need to post every day. You don't need motivational quotes. You mostly only need three things: a clear profile, a description of what you're learning, and connections with people you've actually interacted with. If you do message someone, keep it simple, something along the lines of, hi, whatever their name is, I'm early in my career and I'm just wondering how people get started in whatever it is. Would you mind if I asked you one or two questions sometime? That works because it's honest and it's low pressure. So, informal conversations. This is one of the most powerful things you can do. A quick conversation over coffee or a phone call, not to ask for a job, but just to understand the landscape. Questions like, what surprised you when you started? Or what skills were more important than you expected? Or, if you were to start today, what would you focus on? Sometimes you learn something nothing comes of it. Sometimes you gain clarity. And sometimes someone remembers you. That's how this process works. So short-term work still counts. Part-time, temporary, or contract positions are not failures. They give you experience, references, and visibility. Many full-time positions come after somebody already knows your name. That's how the hiring process still works. Just nobody explains that. If networking feels awkward, that's normal. If you've avoided it, that's understandable. It's not a personality flaw, it's a skill. And like most skills, it gets easier once you understand how it works. You're not behind. You're early to a system that forgot to give instructions. You don't need to be loud, you don't need to be fake, and you don't need to know exactly where you're going yet. You just need to be less invisible. And once you understand that, the whole process becomes a lot less random and a lot more human. In the next video, we'll talk about how to read job postings and understand exactly what companies are asking for. I'm Chris. This is the Missing Manual. Chaos is temporary.